Hi everybody, hope you're all well. Mindful Moodling will be starting in a few minutes. Well, you know how early I am. Anyway, just bear with me, the video's about to start soon. Thanks, bye. Hello! I'm not expecting many people because I've changed the time. I'm so sorry on that. But yeah, we're going to just do some flow work. Now, I have already done a little bit, and this was mojo busting. I'm not expecting that many people, but hello. If you're out there, hope you're having a good day. I've just done 3 lives. Oh no, 2 lives, I'm lying. And I've loved every minute of it, you know, here at Highlight Crafts. So it sounds a bit different and also it looks a bit different. Hi, Gemma. Oh, how are you? Oh, it's good to hear from you. And yeah, it looks a bit different because one, I've got this attached to the table, so it's wobbling like crackers. And 2, it's a different place. I'm doing it because I want to make sure that you're getting this every week and that you're getting to know where I am, when I am, and what I'm doing. Otherwise, it's pointless because you can't find me. So today we're going to do a bit about flow. Now, flow, what is it? Not the person. It's how do you deal with flow in your artwork. It's about how one thing leads to another, how you can go transfer from one sort of thing to another. So if you're running, the flow is you start to warm up and then you run and then you know the flow of it is how you transfer from one to the next. So it might be going great, sounds daft, but it's good, you know, all these things. And it's about getting fitter and walking, but whatever, it's the flow. And then in your body, it's about how Jenny, hello darling, it's about feeling the flow in your body, allowing your hands to be creative, allowing your body to be creative, allowing your mind to be creative. So here's some things I did before. So, you know, this is based on the cubism I did. Remember the apple, which is, I really don't like it, but I always keep the stuff and then go back to it. And then I do like that based on the cubism. You know, and here's another version with music on it, and that's 3D. And then here's what I've not finished, so that might be good to actually paint on. Great one to paint on. And then I've got some that I did ready for today. Now, we've only got 3 people, which I'm a bit gutted, but I'm expecting that because I changed my time. But I'm also, Jane! Thank you, Jane. Jane's someone I work with at the, well, we all work together at the monastery. And yeah, she's a great help to me. Thank you, Jane. So what I've done then is I've taken it one step further and I've the flow sort of take over. So I've been doing dandelions. So I drew them and then allowed the flow with the glue, believe it or not. So little threads. I've drawn one quick line there, but you can see there's little lines. Sorry, my fingers are dirty because of the paint and stuff. Sorry about that. Inside you can see it. And then I did another one where it wasn't as dense. So to show that the flow of lines coming out from it. So I wanted to go a little step further. So before, I wanted to see what it looks like. Now, I picked up my granulating watercolours. They operate on a whole different scale, all different things. So here's flow with design. That's a natural flow. So this is looking back at some of the things we did before. That again, that flow. Even square has flow. There's a lot of that in my book. These are the colours I'm using today. But I just want to show you. Here's one I did before, looking at the flow of paint. And these are the granulated colours that I'm using. They're a little bit, they look strange because they're meant to look strange. So the first thing we're going to do is, I've got several like little things I'm going to do. So we're going to do water drops, water flow, water petals, water bleeds, and we're going to use water hybrids as well. So I'm going to do it in this format. Now this is Karen Halbert, who, because I'm not expecting more, because Highlights have got a really good 6th birthday celebration, and so I'm expecting a lot of people will be watching that. So I've got this round paper. I'm going to do a couple. But the first one I'm going to do is just so you can give it a little bit more, you get a little bit more sort of idea. I'm going to draw a circle. Doesn't really matter. This is just for you, like this, all the way around. There's my circle. I can see the hole there, so I can go back in and do that. We're just going to do another little one there. And, you know, you'll get confident that you don't need to do this. So there's one. Let's just do that in the middle. Like that. And then the others, we're going to let them form. So I'll just keep doing a few. Now I use both sides now because I'm going to make that wonderful adapter that Funky Fossil's got on now. Perfect for this. Perfect for this because you can die cut a couple of the new disc edges and bang these all in. So the first thing we're going to do is we've got this here. I've got a water brush, okay? Oh, don't go in paint. And I'm going to squeeze it out, so hopefully you can see. So I'm going to put, I'll bring it nearer for you. Now what I'm doing is just putting the water in. So you can see the droplets. It's really simple to see. Put a few more up here. Finer ones. Do some outside the discs if you wish. Now this is one that you've got to let dry. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up colour. So you can do it. I'll do some in watercolour and then some in acrylic, just so you get to see the difference. Now wake up your paints. Now these are all granulated, so you can see different colours in them. You know, you've got a green that's got a brown in it. I've not because it's over there. It's because that's how it changes. So I'm just going to grab some colour. So I've woke that up and I'm just going to go and I'm pushing it in to the little piles that I've done. Like that. Now we'll wipe that off and then I'm going to go in with a darker red. And all I'm doing is I'm pushing the colour into the water droplets, and the water evaporates and leaves the water droplets looking strange, funky, whatever you want. So the next thing is I'm going to go over and I'm going to go in now with an acrylic. Now I'm using a hybrid cadence, and there's a reason they all react differently. So I'm just going to do, when you're doing this, you get to realise how strong water is and trying to burst the bubble. And mix it up. So this is definitely one for next week. Mix it all up. So we've got blue and green, red and you just in sort of just putting the colour in. Just putting the colour in and letting it do its own little thing. So I've got pink now, I'm pushing colour in, and this does take a while to dry because that's quite a lot of water. But what you can do is, while this is doing, and I'll show you another one, is let it flick out. So flick it out a bit and let it all mix. Okay, so just going to do that. Let's see what happens when we colour it, I can add some more little dots if I wish. So we'll leave that to dry. Okay, so we've got water drops. Now that's introducing the colour. So we add a couple more. I'll put them now. Oh, here they are. So we've got another one now. So we'll go back to my list. And on my list, it's got water flow. So I'm using a massive brush and it's soaking wet. Soaking wet. So I'm just going to put it around the edge of this circle. Oh, so you can see. I don't want it in the middle. I'm just going to soak it. Don't matter if I've got scabby fingers on it. Right, so I'm putting that away. So now what I'm going to do is go to get my brush and I'm going to introduce colour. Now, it might be an idea to stick your finger in the middle. Like that. Wow. Wow. Now watch what happens. See it? It pushes the colour away. It will change. It will change and mix a little bit, but it actually repels it, look. Strange, isn't it? So now we're introducing flow, colour petals, you name it. But these are all ready for us to work on at another time. Now, you might think, okay, this is crying out for a bit of mixing, and please go for it. I'm not precious about it at all, but what I didn't show you is it's got glitter in it. So now we'll move on to the next one. So we've got another one here, and this is really simple. This is just petals. So what I wanted to show you is some petals. So I'm just going to draw some petal shapes, and I'm going to go back with my watercolors, and I'm going to allow them to flow. Okay. Hello, Linda. So turn it round. Do you know, Linda, I'm really missing all the people, and it's because I've not been around as much because I'm working, but it's also because people don't know where to find us. So I'm hoping that we get everybody back 12 o'clock on a Friday, and they, you know, people are then able to say, oh yeah, I know where she is. She's at Highlight or she's at home, but you're going to see her every Friday. Because Linda, I'm really missing everybody. So the yellow travels, but not as good for me for this as what I want. So what would I do if I put in a little bit of green as well? Now the green I'm using is an acrylic. So what we're doing if we add acrylic, oh look at that. Oh, love it, love it, love it. So acrylic with watercolor. So we've got that as well. Now I'm going to do another one. You can tell I'm going round, so I'm just going to put in another color there, and all I'm doing is creating like a bleed and a petal. So I'm going to go in with, it's got to be some dark ones to show you now, and some move better than others. Can you see how you've got to sort of really let that sink? So another one here. And so what we're doing is we're playing with colour, we're playing with all the things we've got, and we're trying to see what happens when we do stuff to them. What happens when we add this colour? And these are granulating by Sminker. So these colours react differently, you know, and that's interesting to know that they all react differently. I love this one, so I think I'll do another one in the background, and I'm going to let them bleed. I don't care. So I'm going to let them bleed and put, maybe we've got a green, maybe we'll put another green in there. We've got a green, maybe this one. Let's see what happens if I put the green in here. It's very strong, that. So I'm going to let that bleed. Now this is all about letting the colour. Now this here needs to be told off a bit. So you can take it off and reveals the colour. If you want to blend them like this and let the colours sort of work round each other, that gives you a great effect. It gives you a sort of a real feel of being a flow. And, you know, people are out there and they're going, that looks complete random mess. And yes, you're right, but it's not being in control and going with the flow that's really helping me to create this. It's not me saying that's got to be done here or that's got to be done here. So I'm going to move away a little bit from those shapes because I want to show you another shape about flow. And I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to go so let's see. So I've got it like that. It's wet, sun dry there. And I'm just going to go with, let's go with this colour and then drop it on. This is me now. So it's stopping where there's no water. This is exactly what I want. I want colours to separate and bleed. I want that. I'm using watercolours. I'm using granulated watercolours as well. So if you think, what are they? They are super duper ones. And I'm just going to go on this side now because we need some more water back into it. And I'm just going to do the same there and let that come in now. I've got another blue. Which you can add in. Oh, you are, Linda. You are, Linda, very, very special to me. You stuck with me through thick and thin. And I'm absolutely very, you know, very, very grateful to all of you. So I'm just putting some more granulated blue on. I think it needs more. So this is the time to give it a squirt and let it run. It looks like geodes. Okay. Let it run. Let it do its own thing. These look super beautiful when you let them dry. Okay. So I'm going to put now, let's see. I'm going to, oh, that noise, that was the fingers. So I'm just going to add a little bit more like that. As I said before, when you're actually adding colour and water, when you're doing it at the beginning, you can sort of put the water where you want, but when you spray it, you can't. So I'm just adding, this is the hybrid now, hybrid. I'm allowing that. I'm just going to add the acrylic to it. I'll show you which one it is. It's that one, and it's got glitter in it. Love it. And I'm using the pink one with it, and then this is an old one. So I'm just introducing the colour again, and I'm building up colour now. I'm building all these colours. So what I want to do is have like a geode where the flow, like that, like a gemstone. You know, the flow is go with flow. And then add, as you go in, if you think you need a bit of dark, just add it in. But less is more. Like that. And then give it a bang down like that. And you've got some beautiful movement there. It's almost like a tree and landscape. Can you see it? Yeah. And then I'll try this now because I've seen that now and I've seen what it looks like. And to me, if I did some more there, get that green. Sorry about that, you can't see. So I get the greeny blue. Now this brown goes green, believe it or not. I'll show you. See it? And then it'll separate into the two colours again. And we get, can you see the green at the edges? It's an amazing colour. So I'm going to put some more on. It's got to be done. So if you're interested, they're the granulating ones, super granulating, and they're ice minky. See them? Right, so I'm going to leave that because I want to, because I think that's a picture in its own right. So let's go back. The first one, you're still drying. So if you're still drying like that, it might have just stuck to the paper. I'm wondering whether to just give it a flick. Yeah. And you can see, I would leave it to dry and it just goes into the shape of the little water droplet and doesn't change. But I'm impatient. So I've got this movement. Then, I keep going over that. Then this one's still wet, but you can see glitter in it, can't you? So that'd be a great diode for it. And then we've got see how wet they still are. So let's go back to the beginning. Let's go, oh, look at that now. Look at that. Oh, Jamila, explosion brush-o powders, of course. My brush-os are somewhere, I've hidden them. Very, very safe. So now what I'm going to do is quickly show you one of these, I think. I'm going to show you one of these, and I'm just going to wet here. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to use that colour, which was right at the beginning, the dark colour. Oh my word. Oh my word. Look at that. Oh my word. So, it's even coloured. Look, can you see it? Look at that. Now, I've got something else to do with this. So this one is stitched, and all I've done is gone with a compass, and I've gone dip, 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 dip with a compass. I'll show you on here, because this is not dry, but it's not wet either. I did this earlier to show you. So on here, all I've done is compass, my finger, and you can see, and then I've just gone to the middle with it and added strings. So I am going to do that, and I just put a punching hole in the middle and I put the strings on, and that's when I get the wonderful like stitching places like that. So this one's a little bit stronger, but what I might do is on this one is I put a tiny bit of blue in there. So I don't mind about the back, can't see it. Right, so a needle pulling thread here. I'm just going to go now, not on the flower. I hope you're enjoying this. It's a little bit different, isn't it? But I want to be showing you things that interest you, inspire you. You might not be interested in doing it, but like Jamila's just said, get the brush-os out. Why not? Yeah, get the brush-os out. You use those, make those the tool that you're using instead of this. and then just let this feed out. Oh, look at that. And now you've created the flower without even drawing it. Get rid of some of it and then just get around. Can you see? And when that dries, there's the flower. Now, if you want to get rid of lines, before it dries, blend that out. If you blend that out now, you've got less of a chance of it having it like a thick boundary around it. So that's one. I hope you like that. I love that. Then this one, it's a bit thicker, this. So I'm really going to go in the middle. Now, I've got some other colours here. Oh, hey, who's that? So here, I'm going to look at it. Look at a dandelion. I might even try black. No, maybe that. Might go for this blue instead. So I just put a blob in there. No water on it yet. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Right, I've put a blob on. Oh. Oh, goodness me. I'm in love. Now I'm going to wipe that off. Because what I don't want it really travelling too far, but that. Do you love that? Oh, I'm so proud now. I love these. I love him. Look at that. This one I need working on. That one I need working on. But there's all these I need to work on. Like this one here, I could put more on there. So I'm just going to leave there. Look at this now. Look at them colours now. Stunning. So before I did my last show, I did a couple just to show you that this one was made using a similar way, and I just dribbled the water out and I let it all feed out. And then this one I did similar way, just doing this. And then this one was like prior. So if we look at these, you can easily see that that's before a thread. I am going to thread on this, but just to show you how it's all right, come in, you're right. No, it doesn't matter. Amber's putting the stuff away. So what I've got here is the beginning, a starting point for it. So I've got my pen, I've let it dry. Now what do I do? Well, there's a couple of things I could now. Well, a couple of things. One of them is get rid of that crappy bit of paper. Loving it. Right. So now what I could do is leave those. Oh, goodness sake. Where's all that come from? Right. So now I'm doing this one. So I've shown you in the beginning where we did this one. So now I'm going to just show you how we could do this. Now, all I'm going to do is redraw. I'm going to pretend that none of that is on there. So there's my middle. Okay, middle for diddle. So now I'm going to be drawing. So what I can do is like that. So I'm putting flow lines on. I'm going to stitch over the top later on. Now I have got, oh actually I think there's some here. Oh, French knots, you name it. So, oh no, not on there. Oh, you boom, diddly boom. I am super messy. Right, it's only me. Finger notes, but I don't want to get it everywhere. So I'm just going to put these on. So I've done lots of spiral lines out. So I'm going to go in now, and I'm just going to go in, and I could use either or, but I think I'll go in with these now. And I'm just going to put blobs of colour. I'm going in threes. It's just my background when I was doing this and learning. They kept saying threes, just do it in threes, do it in threes. Don't, yeah, you need threes. And it stuck with me. And ever since, I understand that things work better for me in threes. And your eye works better and your brain works better with threes. It likes threes. And yet sometimes we'll like symmetry. So if you've got your mantelpiece or whatever like that, you like threes on that, you like twos. So, you know, working odd numbers, and what I'm trying to say is I've put dots of this. This is one of my favourites. What colour is it called? Yezel. And it's called Peanut Green, and I absolutely love it, Peanut Green. Now I'm going to go with my glitter Mint Green, and it's a silver base. You can get a gold base as well. Both of these are silver bases. And this is the Aqua. Now, what you need to do is make sure that you mix it up. You shake it before you use it. So I'm just putting some of these on. Just like that. I don't want to put too much on. I have the reason of thinking I always go over the top, can't stop. And now what I'm going to do is, whilst that's there, I'm going to give it that huge pop of colour that I need. That's why I love these colours, because these three colours just, to me, clash perfectly together. And I mean that in a good way. They just work. Like this, can you see? Just that pop of colour. I'm not sticking to my rule. But then we've got that pop of colour. Can you see? So now in the middle. Now bear in mind, this is everything from blobs. So that quite somber background has now gone quite funky with these. I'm going to put the aqua. And these colours just lift each other. And when they mingle, they create yet more colours. One of the nicest colours I've seen is the aqua and the pink. And I'll just show you, because see how they're mingling now. Let me show you this colour. This is like never, ever. So that's the aqua with the glitter, and this is the pink. Very strong pigments, but look at that. So just that and that make that colour. So all right. So we make a wonderful purple. So remember that. We've just got the gorgeous Melon. She's not very well. But I tell you what, you wouldn't know. She's so professional. She's so professional. So we've got those on that one. So the next one is we can add it on here. And we can just put darker blobs on if we want. So we're going to do that. Now, I had it planned to what I was going to do next. Oh, yeah. So remember, you don't have to. You just go with the flow and see what happens. And the thing is, sometimes you plan it and it never comes out that way. And don't be upset with yourself if you don't. Don't be upset if it don't work out, because you've not given yourself any restrictions. It always works out then. And here's some of my dies that I did, and these work perfectly for creating flow and stuff. So like that. So I'm just going to go back to the other one. Oh, it's still wet, that's still wet, that's still wet, that's still wet, that's still wet. I'll go over this. So here, you're going to laugh at this. Are you ready? This takes us right back. Yes, let's put it back. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous, that? And what I might do now is just soften that edge. Thanks for bringing it to my attention, Denise. Oh, lovely, Denise. Got 2 different edges. Hey, you are right, sweet. Aaliyah! Oh, thank you. So I'm just going to soften this edge. And the reason I'm doing this is so that it's more of a blend. So you won't be able to soften too much because these are what they call granulating watercolours. So granulating watercolours are very, they're like teenagers. Do you know what I mean? They do what they want. So thank you. Yeah, they are. That's particularly coming out now. See, there's another one here, so I'm just going to do that and rub it out. But yeah, I love how that's turning out. We could even put a little bit of aqua in to see if that, or a little bit of the dark blue. But I love the way it's colouring. Look at that. So anyway, let's get back to this. So you've got all this, you've done all this, you've created these images that are coming up. You like this, well, what do I do with them now? Well, let's see. We've got this, great for kids, great for holidays. You've blobbed all your work, you've blobbed everything on it, and now you're doing this. So I'm just going to do the dark red, like that. Now, this could be any colours you want. And I'm looking for the shapes it's making, like that. Okay. Like that. Very simple. I'm not being so precise. I am joining them up so that we've got a start and an end of each. But I'm not going to do them all. So, you know, even if it's feathered and bled out like that one, I will put an edge on it. So just going to put an edge on it. This is a great exercise. It's like you're running a marathon, right? You have to warm up, don't you? You can't just run in and get in, and you've got to start practicing, and you're allowed to see what you know, can you walk in them boots? Can you run in them shoes? Can you do this? Can you do that? And this is what it is. It's a warm up for when you want to start and you've got no idea what you're going to do. So we've got these crazy shapes, okay? Now, I've got a shape here. Okay, now I'm going to give myself sort of width to what I'm working with. So I go to it, over, round, 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 like that. So to it. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave it. And I'm just putting the edging in there. It's dripped. So, yeah, I like that. I'm going to put the edging in there to create another one. So now let's do this again. So down, 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 down. Like that. So each one is now creating its own curve. It's becoming its own shape and flow. And I'm not being so precise. But now what I'm going to do is just do this one. So I've got that flow. And I'm going to ignore some colours. I'm going to ignore some shapes. And I'm just going to go for it. Now, if you take your time, you can keep the continuity going and the size. But I'm just like wanted to show you how not to do it. So we've got this flow happening. And it really does make a huge... They are, Denise, they are. They are like teenagers. I want so much to get our group back and running and get all the lives going again. And I just want people to do lives, and I just want us to all get in, because I'm loving being here at Highlight, and I love the fact that I'm working as well. I love the fact, not just because of money, obviously, but because I'm back with people and doing stuff, and I'm just loving this. So, yeah, they've given me the okay to do lives for me. I just love it. I just love it. I just want that back, that we were all very much every day, not there all the time, but we could go on and someone would be there happily talking, or not even talking, just commenting on different things. And I want that back. I want that back. So now I can hear, I'm seeing no reason why I can't sort of pursue that. So I'm just putting some lines in. Now, you don't have to do this, but that's what it felt like I needed to do. And then here, I like the idea. I'm just thinking this one. So, keeping it pretty consistent. We're going vertical or horizontal, whichever way you're looking at it. And we're keeping that sort of shape. Now, so let's have a look at this. I've got these, it's quite flat. I've got some colour going on. I've got this really bright red and orange and yellow granulating. I'm going to do I think the opposite of that would be aqua. Or do I want to go more with one of these colours, a bright colour? Or I'm going to go with this. So I'm just going to go, because you've just got to do it. If I'm in the mood to do somber colours, great. I'm in the mood to do bright and impactful, like it's woke me up. I got up at 5:30 this morning because I had an 8 a.m. show, and that means I have to do my own work. You have to know what you're talking about. And I spent and Mel's been so good helping me out. Honestly, so good, because Anna, man, everybody, there's not anybody who hasn't, and they just share the knowledge, but they're also sharing like how they would work, on the TV, and I've been really blessed with how helpful they are. So I was up, and part of me's thinking, do I want to go back to bed? And I don't. I want to just do this. Yeah, they are, Linda, and I want to spread it. I want other people to realise why we're doing it, why we're still here, what we're doing. I just think it's the right thing to do and the right time. So here, I'm just going to add some water there, and I'm just going to add there and let that drip. So like that, let it go. Let it go. Oh, I like that. You see, happy accidents, it's a happy accident. So let's get some loads of water. I've got pink now. I don't think that's a good idea, but I'm not even looking. Oh, lovely. You can sort of try and control it. So it's like saying, going back to make Denise laugh. It's like giving your teenager guidelines of what you can do online, and then you can give it and try it, but it ain't going to always work, is it? If they want to do what they want to do, they want to do it. So we're building on top of something else here. We're building on stuff that we've already done, and we're letting the flows do this way. And whatever you want, you can do it that way. Still looks like a landscape, doesn't it? There we go. And then I think I'm just going to do a bit of I think it just needs an introduction of colour. Now I've put yellow down, so we're going to get a mix. And glitter, don't forget. There, a beautiful mix there. And this is all just letting it all go. Just let the paint and the paper and the water, let it do what it's good at. Let it do what it's good at. And that is flowing. Not you doing it, letting this do it what it wants, letting it flow. It's a bit like trying to captivate nature. It's perfect. The colours are perfect. So you trying to make it better on your work. How can you make anything better than nature? You can't. And flow and ebb and tides are all the things that create these wonderful flows. Now I've got this, I think just there, if you look at it, this is great for learning differences because it's not an outcome. It doesn't look like something. You don't have to make it look like something. This is abstract. There's no you can make it look like something like that, but there's no aim to this being realistic in any way or whatever. This is just letting it go. Let it go. So we've got this. I'm loving that now. I'm loving it. So we've got this. We've got our landscape, which is now absolutely stunning. We've got this. This is going to work like that. What happens if I just... Ooh, it's like shooting stars, isn't it? So that one, we did this one. And then we've got this one, which is... Right, so I can rub that out. Like that. Like that. So I've not got that anymore. And then this one, I can make... into buds. Like that. So you can make them into flowers. I can even see a 1980s bubble curtain like that. You remember it at the door? Used to annoy us. But let's go back to these now. Look at that. Oh, Emma, Karen, do you like them? Am I doing really well? Oh, can you tell Stephanie that? Look at the colour of me thread. That's ridiculous. Oh yeah, if you can let them know that you think I'm doing okay. Know what I mean? Let them know. And then you letting them know, they'll be able to say whether I could do it again. So that's a great way. So just let's go through what we've already done. And next Friday, we'll pick up and maybe do this one. So again, not bad, 3/4 of an hour. It's not an hour. I do apologise, but I'm doing, like I say, I've just finished the show and come back. So on this one, I'm going to just show you what else to do. You okay, love? On this one, perhaps I'd finish it with a... Just call somebody love. That's not me. I don't do that. Like that. So, thanks, Karen. If you're enjoying my shows, if you could please let them know. And I don't mean that in a big-headed way. I mean that so that, they can see that what I'm learning from them is going the right way, and what I'm actually doing is going the right way. But I don't want to be a presenter. I don't want to be a presenter. I do and I don't. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be a presenter because that's not my job. But I want to be a crafter that presents craft work and craft things. Does that make sense? Right, so I'm going to leave you with it. I'm going to finish these when I need some downtime later. Let's think about how it looks when it's stitched. Oh my word. When we've got bobbles and lines and flows, let it flow, let it flow. This one I'm really excited to do because I just think this is like, where's that one gone? Like this in the front with the landscapes there. Oh yes, even there. But, oh, you're there. You can write an email to Stephanie at Highlights and Diane at Highlights. All those will be very, very, I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, you can get in contact with them that way, I think. So I'm just thinking, if you do this and just put that on there, the flow you're going to get from this is going to be amazing. So thank you so much, all you guys. I love you to bits. I'm going to see you next Friday. The Patreons, I've done a little Prezi for you. That's going to be downloaded today. I've already done it, and it's going to go in the Patreons. So if you're a paid member, you will get that. And I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for you being here as always, and thank you for your support. And I will see you next Friday, as always. Get your stuff together. Maybe you get stuff and we could do it all together. Oh, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. I'm just glad you're enjoying them. And Karen, it's that I was using. Right, I'm going to say huge thank you. Go and wash your hands. I'm driving home now. But just to say, I hope it's been successful from doing it here. And I hope you join me next week when we do another live. And that's Sam and Lewis. They're in the background shouting at each other. And it is a warehouse of sorts. It's not like a warehouse. It's posh rooms. But yeah, so it noise travels. But they have got big mouths as well. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Say ta to them, guys. There you go. That's Lewis and Sam. Couldn't do without them. They're brilliant. Love you a bit later. Bye. Bye. Good night, John boy.